Have you ever heard of the coolest weapon against business frauds? That is this awesome separator of duties. Using this product, companies could avoid millions of dollars lost due to frauds. First, let me give you an example to show how this weapon works. Here's the cake named Duty, and there are the 3 blinded, hungry kids who want to have it. So when you use the regular method, the regular separator to separate this cake, there's only one child have the chance to measure the cake, cut the cake into pieces, and hand out the pieces to the other kids. This chosen child got all the power, and this is the result.
Why mine is so small? What?
It's not fair, right? Now let's try the awesome powerful separator of duties. Here's Duty's sister Duties and the 3 kids as well. The magic of this separator is all of the 3 kids have the chance to either measure the cake, cut the cake into pieces, or hand out the pieces to the 3 kids.
I'm the cake deliverer. Yours. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh!
The kids will try their best to make 3 identical pieces so they won't get a smaller one. See how happy they are. A fraud has been stopped with this separator. Isn't it amazing? Okay, all about that is a joke. I'm Peter, and today I'm going to introduce you the most efficient controls I believe in the internal control process. That is the separation of duties. From the Business Dictionary's website, separation of duties is a control policy according to which no person should be given responsibilities to more than one related function. So just like the separating cakes example, so if one person gets access to multiple jobs and areas in an organization, the possibility of frauds increases significantly. So how does separation of duties really work in the actually work in the real world? So here's a video interview with Susan Sell, the Vice President and Finance and Controller at Phil Glass Company. She'll talk about how does the separation of duties really work in the accounts payable process.
So with segregation of duties, I'll give you an example. So accounts payable. So that's the department that would cut checks to vendors. Yeah. You would want to have a different person making the purchase versus paying the vendor versus signing the check versus reconciling the check. That would be in a perfect scenario. Sometimes, depending on the size of the company, you may not have someone to do each of those functions, but that's really what the goal should be, is to try to get different people to do each function, because the more people you have involved, the less chances that there would be fraud. So you'd want to have the accounts payable person checking against the policy. That's where the policy is important, making sure that the person requesting the purchase is authorized to make that purchase for the company. So they would verify that, set up the check, give it to the person that would sign the checks, and so that would have to be a different person. And then there's somebody that then would reconcile the bank statement, look for any unusual activities.
Welcome back. This is Peter again. And according to an article from Journal of Accountancy, 2 CPAs, Charles Lannis and Thomas Radcliffe, said the separation of duties is crucial to an effective internal control because it reduces the risks of both erroneous and inappropriate actions. So in my opinion, the separation of duties actually reduces the opportunities people could have to conduct the fraud. So since the opportunity is major components in the fraud triangle, and there's no way you can like access to a fraud or conduct fraud if this triangle collapses. So what do you think?